Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture series on Python programming. This is Sarvachan Verma and working as a assistant professor in IT department at Ajay Kumargar Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today I am going to discuss Python loops. Python loops. Basically, if we're talking about loops, loop are used when you want to repeat same piece of code again and again. If you want to execute same piece of code n number of times, then the concept is there. This is called the loops. Python loop statement. Basically in Python we have two types of loop. First one is for loop and second one is while loop. If you want to understand loop in Python, first you must learn range function and membership operator like in and not in. What is the meaning of range function? Basically, it is used in Python for loop, and second thing, this function generate a list. It means generate a sequence. Generate a sequence which is a special sequence type. Now, how to use range function? First, with the help of range function, the range functions has two format. First one is it contain two arguments. First one is lower limit and second one is upper limit. Okay. In this slide, you can see the lower limit is 0 and upper limit is 5. Okay. When this function will be executed, it immediately generate this sequence from 0 to 4 because upper limit equal minus 1. Always upper limit move to the upper limit minus 1. Now, second range function has three arguments. It means first one is lower limit, second one is upper limit, and third argument is step value. What is the meaning of step value? We will see here on what step you want to execute particular piece of code. Okay, you will see here lower limit start by 1 and upper limit is 8. So always upper limit move to the upper limit minus 1. It means upper limit move to the 7 and where the step value is 2. So you will see here in this sequence, then this range function will generate this sequence because start from 1 and move to 8 and every next value by the step value 2. Okay, so this is about the range function. It is very helpful when you are working with a for loop in Python. Okay, now point to be noted about range function is by default step value is 1 and second upper limit always spread by upper limit minus 1 and third one about lower limit, by default lower limit is 0. We can say conclude the I am going to conclude my statement. By default lower limit value is 0, by default step value is 1 and upper limit always goes to the upper limit minus 1 inside the range function. Now, these are some examples of range function. Inside the first line, you will see here I am missing the default value, lower limit, and I am missing step value. I am already told is lower limit by default start with 0 and goes to the upper limit minus 1 and by default step value is 1. Okay. In second line, you will see here I am giving one range function with a lower limit 5 and upper limit is 10 and by default step value is 1. When this piece of code will be executed, immediately I will get this sequence from 5 to 9. Similarly, in third range function, you will see here we have all arguments, lower limit, 5, upper limit 15 and step value is 3. So every next element will be added by 3. The first element is 5 and then second one is 8, 11 and 14 because upper limit minus 1. In the last line you will see here the negative step value. In the case of negative, the upper limit move to the upper limit plus 1. So in this scenario, the first lower limit start by 0 and we will move to the upper limit 4. So I am decrease one sequence in a lower limit. So these are the examples of range functions. Membership operator, most important part. Membership operator is in and not in. There are two type of membership operator in Python. First one is in and second one is not in operator, used with range function in the loop. It return either true or false. If the particular data, if particular character, if particular item available inside the sequence, then this function return the true, otherwise they will return false. You will see here, through this example you will see here, I am going to find out the 3 in sequence 1, 2, 3, 4. So whether 3 is available inside the sequence, yes, this operator return true. Okay. Above expression will return true if value 3 is contained in the given list / sequence. Similarly, I move to this example. The character A is available inside this string. Yes, this is available. When this is available, immediately membership operator will return true. In the last example, you will see F. Inside this string trade, no, it will return false. Basically, membership operator used with the range function, first thing, and second thing, it will return true or false. If particular item is available inside the sequence, then it will return true, otherwise it will return false. Okay. Now, for loop. How we can define the for loop? For loop will be defined with the help of for keyword. Then next is loop variable. Then third one is a membership operator. And finally last one is sequence. If I am going to convert this syntax to this, you will see here. Take a very bit special care on this topic. This is a loop variable. I is loop variable. In is a membership operator. And this is a sequence. This is a list from start from 5 and end by 1. For every elements inside the list, this piece of code will be executed. This piece of code will be executed. Okay. This is also called the loop body. Loop body. This is also called the loop body. Suppose I am going to write one loop for I in 3, 4. This is the sequence. This is the loop body. Loop body. Okay. Inside the loop body, there is a n number of statements, and this piece of code, take a very bit special care. This piece of code executed every time for the value inside the sequence. First time I will take I, then second time I will take 4. For I equal 3, this block of code will be executed. For I equal 4, this block of code will be executed. So definitely when I see the sequence, we can identify how many types of loop body will be evaluated. We will see here inside this, the loop body will be evaluated 5 times. Inside this, the loop body will be evaluated 2 times. Okay. whatever statements inside the loop body will be executed. Okay. When this piece of code will be executed, you will see here for the value of I, contain 5, this piece of code will be executed. It means it will print 5, then it will print 4, 3, 2, 1, because inside the loop I am going to print the value of I. And finally, this is a statement blast of outside the loop body. This is simple statement. Okay, this is execute when the loop will be terminated, because this is a simple statement and this will be executed at the sequence of this statement will come. Okay, you will see here when this piece of code will be executed, you will see here this output will be generated. This output will be generated. First one is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and finally a simple statement blast off will be executed. So this is about the how to define the loop, for loop. Now, for loop with the range function. In the previous slide, I have defined loop with the help of sequence. Now I am going to define the loop with the help of range function. Similarly, you will see here for a in I range, internally Python convert this range function to this sequence, because in this range function the lower limit start by 3 and upper limit is always upper limit minus 1, and by default step value is 1. Basically, the syntax of for loop with range, you will see here Python internally convert above statement as following statement. You will see here internally this piece of code will be converted, this piece of code will be converted like this. You will see here I am write some small piece of code. You will see here I am going to find out the table of any number. Okay. By this you will see here this is the loop body, this is the loop body, this is the loop body. Okay. This piece of code will be executed. This piece of code will be executed. I think this range function will be converted by 1, 2, 3 and up to 10. This piece of code, these two lines will be executed 10 times for I equal 1, I equal 2 and I equal and so on 10. Okay. First, what is the value of n? Suppose I want to find out the table of any number like 3. First, 3 will be multiplied by what is the value of I in the sequence? 1. And then after this code will be, this line will be printed on the console. You will see here 3 into what is the value of I is 1 equal what is the come inside the R? 3 into 1 equal 3. Okay. Then again second value in a sequence is 2. Okay. So you will see here, then again the same piece of code will be executed. You will see here R equal n into I. What is the value of n? 3. What is the value of I in the next iteration will be 2. 3 into 2, 6 comes inside the R variable. Okay. Then again this line will be executed. So what is the value of n is 3. Now the value of I is 2 and what is the update value of R is 6. We will get the table of any number by this code in Python. Okay. You will see here I will get the table of any number through this code. If you give any number inside the n, you can find the any number of table. Okay. Now looking at I, this is very most important part inside the loop. You will see here what is the meaning of I. The iteration variable. What is iteration variable? Means loop variable. Iterate through the sequence. Iterate means moving from one step to another, then next step. The block and body, we can say block or body of for loop is executed one for each value in the sequence. Take a very bit special care. For I equal 5, I equal 4, I equal 3, I equal 2, I equal 1, block of body of the loop will be executed. Second thing, the iteration variable move through all of the value in the sequence. It means this variable move to all the value inside the sequence. Okay. But if I want to understand this pictorially, you will see here. The loop will start, you will see here, the loop variable move to the forward direction, means first is take I, then if the value available inside the sequence, then this print I will be executed, then move to next, then move to next, move to next. When all the value will be traversed, then nothing inside the sequence, all data will be traversed. In that situation, it will return yes, all data will be traversed, loop will be terminated. Okay. I think I equal 1, print I, then 4, print I, 4 I equal 3, print I, 4 I equal 2, print I, then 4 I equal. Okay. Now, while statement, okay. Basically in Python, while basically for loop are used when you have a predefined and when you have idea about how many times of loop body will be evaluated. But in while loop, when we have no idea about the how many times loop body will be evaluated. I have no idea in the prior of the loop. Okay. Basically the syntax of while loop is, this is the logical expression. Okay. This is the loop body. Okay. You will see here, I am write one loop for I n equal 5. This is simple statement. Then while n greater than 0, condition will be evaluated. If this condition is true, then this while body will be evaluated. These two codes will be executed. First it will print 5, then decrease the value by 1. So now the value of n is 4. Again condition will be evaluated. Again loop body will be evaluated, print 4 and value of n decrease by 1. So now update value of n is 3. Okay. Then again 3 will be printed. After the value of n is 2. Okay. Then condition will be evaluated. You will see here, every time of true, this piece of code will be executed. When the condition become false, immediately we will get blast off, and finally the value of I is 0. Basically loop have iteration variable. What is who is iteration variable? 5. Okay. That change each time through a loop. Often these iteration variable go through a sequence of numbers. Okay. You will see here what is the wrong with this loop, because of, you will see here, this is the infinite loop. This is the problem with the while loop. When you are using when you are going to use the while loop, you have to find out when the loop will be terminated. You will see here inside this code, the value start of n equal 5. When n is greater than 0, it means what is the value of n is 5 greater than 0, and this loop body, these two statements will be executed. But after the again loop, then again condition will be test. Okay. Then the value of n is remain same. Okay. In this situation, you will see here, this loop comes into the infinite loop. converted into the infinite loop, because n is always 5 and the condition 5 greater than 0 is always true. In that situation, this loop body will be evaluated at the infinite time. Okay, so and this situation, this statement never executed because this is the moving infinite time. Okay, but if we are talking about this, how we can prevent this? We can prevent this, we can prevent by this n equal n minus 1, n minus 2. In that situation, first n value has 5, loop body will be evaluated, then n 3, then n 2, then condition become then n 1, then n is minus 1. In that situation, loop body will be terminated. Okay. Next one is another loop. This is like breaking out of a loop. So basically in Python, we have two statements, two loop controlling statements. First one is break statement, break keyword, and second one is continue keyword. Basically break keyword end the current loop and jump to the statement immediately following the loop or after the loop. Okay. It is like a loop test that can happen anywhere in the loop body. Okay, you will see here inside the code, while true, and I am going to input. Okay, this statement will be executed. Okay, these complete 4 lines inside the loop body. Okay, then I am going to input one string type. Inside the line, I am going to input at the runtime hello there. Hello there inside the line variable. If line equal done, but here the value of line is hello there. And simply this condition become false, then this statement not executed and line already print like this. Okay. When again loop will be evaluated, at the next time I am going to input inside the line variable finished. Then again if line equal done, not line, the value of line is finished now. Okay, in that situation break not evaluated. Again line will be printed. And next time I am going to input done. If line equal done, what is the value of line is done. Okay, done equal done, relational operator will be used at that time. Condition become false, break statement encounter, and immediately control is transferred to the following the loop. Immediately done will be printed. So basically break statement are used when you want to break the execution of loop at a particular conditions, on a specific condition. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is a pictorial representation. Immediately break will be encountered when done will be read by the line. Okay, we will see here. Okay, thank you so much.